Hey y'all, welcome to my channel or welcome back. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining us. If you are returning, you already know it. You are fabulous. All right, so today's video, guys, this is a thrift flips video. So I have not done a thrift flip video in a very long time. I think it's actually been like over a year or something. I don't know why, but I just haven't. So I do know why. I haven't had room to store anything, honestly. But I thought I would do a thrift flips video for you guys. I hope that you all enjoy this, and let's jump right in. All right, so for this first one, I found this little stool from the Goodwill for $3.99. Now, all the projects today I found at the Goodwill. $3.99. It was red ticket day, so I actually got this for half price. I've also got one of the flexible stencils from the Dollar Tree. Now, the first thing I did was use my heat gun to remove the tag. If you didn't know, this is the easiest way to remove any kind of tags. You just heat up the glue that's actually on the tag, and then the tag will just peel right off. Super simple. Now, those ones from the Goodwill are like split in about 4 places, so they come off in pieces, but still, it's much easier to remove the tags with your heat gun. I then used some baby wipes, or well, actually some antibacterial wipes, to clean this little stool. It was pretty nasty, so I did have to clean it really well. I'm then going to go in with my Elephant chalk paint by Waverly. Now, I absolutely love the color Elephant, guys. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but in my last house where we used to live before the tornado, I had actually thought about painting one of the rooms in my house Elephant by Waverly. Anyways, I love this color, so I painted the entire stool with that color, just 2 really good coats, dried it with my heat gun in between, and then I used my little zip sander to sand around all the edges, just to give this a nice distressed look. I used some painter's tape to tape down the stencil. Now, this is the Farmer's Market stencil from the Dollar Tree. Super easy to use. I just taped it down with a little bit of painter's tape. That way I didn't go over the edge or anything like that. I'm going to use a stencil brush, and I just got a little bit of paint on my brush. Very, very little paint. And then you just want to stipple it. So you're just going to go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Literally just tapping it very lightly over it. I did go over it twice just to give it that nice opaque look. But you want to use the least amount of paint as possible, and that way you don't get as much bleed through. So I thought it turned out fantastic. Check this little stool out. I absolutely love it. Alrighty, guys, number 2. So we have got a sign, if you will, from the Goodwill. I picked this up for $3.99. It was good size, really good size. Also, it is actually from Fred's, it said. So anyways, it's got this little ornate like piece at the bottom. I wanted to save that. I wanted to be able to use that. So I just peeled that off with a little spatula from the Dollar Tree, sanded it down, and then I'm going to go in with some plaster chalk paint by Waverly. I'm going to cover this entire sign with the plaster chalk paint. I could have used just one coat. It really covered that well, but I did go in with 2 good coats just to make sure this was completely covered. I'm then going to take that little ornate piece that we had, and we're just going to glue that right back to where it was. So I'm going to use some of my Star Bond multi-purpose adhesive along with the accelerator. You just put the glue onto whatever you're actually gluing. So you're going to add your glue, and then you're going to spray the accelerator on what you're gluing it to. So I'm going to spray my accelerator, and then I'm just going to place that little piece right down into place. Sticks instantly. That worked out perfect. Now, I got this little wreath. It actually says $6, but I think I got this for like 90 cents because I got it after Christmas. But it was perfect size for this little sign. And then I've also got some of these little wildflowers from the Dollar Tree. So what I decided to do was where I picked off those berries. If you saw me picking off the berries at the beginning, I just added my flowers onto the little spots where the berries were so that they would actually stick. I wasn't having to use any hot glue or anything. And then I decided to add some more little decorations to this wreath. So I did end up using hot glue, but I just added some more of those little wildflowers. I also had some other little white flowers that I added into there. But I just added those flowers. I'm then going to take some of this decorative ribbon. It was $2 at the Dollar General store. And we're going to use that to hang our wreath. So I just cut off a strip of the ribbon. I'm then going to pull it up through the wreath. And then we're going to hang it around the back side of the sign. So I just cut off the length that I needed. And then we're going to use some hot glue to glue this to the back side. So I get it positioned in the front where I want it, flip it over, and then begin to glue it down. So I had to glue the 2 pieces of ribbon together first and then glue them down to the back of the sign. Oh, so simple, guys. And this is so pretty. I just love it. It's different, and I just love it.
Lost in your eyes, under your spell. Oh, it's like we've always known it. Even though it's new, I can already tell. Oh, that this feeling is taking over. Can we take our time? I wanna savor us. Every thought on my mind of you and I getting together. I gotta tell ya, I gotta tell ya, I wanna love ya, I wanna love ya.
Alrighty, number 3 and my favorite of the whole video, I picked up this wooden box. It says it's made by Harry and David. I've never heard of this, but it is a nice box. It was $5.99 at the Goodwill. And I'm just going to use some of my elephant chalk paint once again, and I'm going to completely cover this box with that elephant chalk paint by Waverly. So I gave it 2 really good coats. I used my heat gun in between coats to dry it. There's always a link in the description box for this heat gun, but I just used that heat gun, dried it really well. Now, once I had it dried, I tried to sand it a little bit. I was going to try to distress it, and when I sanded it, you could see the blue underneath there. So I was like, no. I repainted it, re-dried it, and then decided to dry brush it with some plaster chalk paint by Waverly. I am so happy that I decided to dry brush this because I just think it took it up 10 notches. Like, it just made such a difference in it, but I just really heavy-handedly dry brushed this with the plaster chalk paint by Waverly. Inside and out, I made sure to get the inside as well because you will be able to see the inside of this when we're done. Now, you can decorate this box for all the seasons. Nothing is glued down, so you can actually remove what we put in here and decorate it for any season that you have. Now, I used some rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree. I thought this would be perfect for this. So I just placed that in the center of my box and then began to rub it down. Now, it didn't rub on just as well as it should have. I've used these rub-on transfers many times, and usually they work out pretty good, but this one just, it's okay. Now, I'm going to take some of these terracotta pots that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. I've got 4 of them. They come 2 in a pack. And I've also got some floral foam from the Dollar Tree. So I added my pots to the inside of my box. I'm then going to cut down this floral foam and add it to the inside of each of my pots. Super simple. That floral foam cuts so easily. You can use a butter knife. You can use scissors like I did. It just cuts really easily. Now, I did hot glue down my floral foam to the bottom of my pots. I'm then going to take some of these lavender picks that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, and we're just going to use those to decorate the inside of our pots. So I just continued to cut these down. I just used my wire cutters to cut down the flowers, and then I just added them to each of my pots. I had 5 of these sets, so I added 1 to each pot, and then I just split the last one into each of the pots. I also added a little reindeer moss, and check this out, guys. I love it so, so much. It is so spring, and it is just, I love it. Alrighty, number 4. Now this one is so easy. I picked up this candle holder from the Goodwill for $4.99. Now I thought it was pretty neat. It was all put together, and I just thought it was pretty cool. I've got 3 of these little pillar candles I picked up at the Dollar General, and then I've got 3 of these little wood rounds that I actually picked up at a yard sale. I bought a Ziploc bag full of these little wood rounds. Now, the only thing I did to this candle holder, candle stand, whatever you want to call it, is sand it down. I used my zip sander to really get in there and sand every single line or side or anywhere that I could sand it. Honey, I was sanding. I sanded around the edges of everything. I sanded up and down the sides of the actual candlesticks. I mean, I really gave this a good sanding all over just to distress it and make it look aged. Now, once I had it like I wanted it, I added some hot glue to the tops of each of the little candle stands, and I added in my wood round. I just thought that this would look so neat. It is so completely different. It completely changed this little candle stand, and I think it really turned out great. I added my candles back to the top, and check this out. I just think it is so neat looking. Y'all have to let me know what you think in the comments. Alrighty guys, for the last one and definitely the most easy project for today, I've got this little wall pocket or whatever you call it. I got it from the Goodwill for $1.99. I'm going to take some ivory chalk paint by Waverly and give it 2 really good coats. Now, I had lots of different ideas for this, but in the end, I just decided to give it the 2 coats of the ivory and then go in with a little bit of my antique wax. So I added the antique wax, wiped it off with a baby wipe, and then went back over it with that ivory. I've also got some flowers. This is just a little bouquet of flowers that I picked up from Pop Shelf. I'm just going to pop those right down in the little wall pocket, and that was it. But I think it changed it so much, and it is so pretty. Alrighty guys, that is it for today. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It definitely helps my channel. Don't forget to share this with your friends and family and subscribe. That would be awesome. Plus hit that notification bell so that you will know each time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for being with me today, and y'all have a blessed day.